help moving them.
I was just catching it.
Oh. $7.20.
Get to that 8:20 mark. Let me know, and I'll plug in.
Okay.
Ready, Coach?
Ready.
All right. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Just wrapped up player interviews here at Westminster Christian Academy. Talked to a few guys that will be huge impacts for this 2025 season. But not only would those guys right there be huge impacts, you had a practice field full of them that will take a big time step here in 2025. Coach, I'm excited to be here today. Excited that you gave me an opportunity to come talk a little ball with you. So thank you for this.
Thanks for taking the time to come and see us tonight, George.
Coach, first off, thoughts on your players' interview, how they represented your program. You got a good group there.
Yeah, we had a good group tonight. We have a ton of other kids that are very worthy, but I thought that the guys that were here tonight representing our program right way. They're exactly what we want to exemplify our school and our athletic programs. We've been here going on the third year now, so a lot of those guys were freshmen and sophomores, so we've been around each other for quite some time, and they exhibit the qualities and the core values that we try to instill in our young men. So I thought they did a good job.
Coach, we're at fall practice now.
Yes,
everything's getting back into groove.
Yep.
Schools are here, and talk to me about that process these next couple of weeks, knowing that you're transitioning back to after school. Talk to me about the weather that you will have to, like the climate-wise, and talk to me about that process, knowing you're transitioning back into school and also getting your kids game ready in the heat.
Well, during the summer, we practiced in the mornings. We went from 8 to 11, and as we took a week off, and starting on this past Monday, we started camp, and those were the evening practices. So we wanted to get in the routine of practicing in the evening in the heat after school. And although we're in helmets, it's still hot out there. I tell our kids it's hot everywhere in the country right about now, and they seem to block that out, and they go out and they take water breaks. We take a lot of water breaks, and they stay hydrated, and they do the things that they need to do. And like I said, this is our third year here, so they know how to take care of themselves, how to take care of their bodies, look out for each other, and they hydrate. And we don't let the heat, the humidity be a distraction.
Yeah.
They continue to work, and they understand what needs to be done, and they get it done.
Year 3.
Yep.
Every year is different. How have you grown as a coach here at Westminster Christian Academy?
Well, coaching here at the high school level is about pretty much development. When you're on the collegiate level, you can go out and recruit kids that you want to depict your certain scheme or whatever. But at the high school level, you pretty much take guys who walk through the door. So it's all about the key thing is development. And what our coaching staff is unique in doing is we take those individuals and we take what their best attributes, and we get them to apply that and make their best attributes even stronger. And we try to put them in a situation where they're going to be successful. And we still we always talk about the 5 pillars of winning, which is discipline, commitment, toughness, effort, and pride. And we instill that in every day, and that's in the classrooms and on campus as well as in the weight room. Everything we do, and they're kind of adjusting and molding into that. So it's been good to see those guys evolve into the young men that they're in now become.
Coming off of a great season,
Right.
how do you take that next step?
Well, we always talk about being better. We want to compete in everything that we do. When we, at the end of the season, we did exit interviews and with a lot of returning kids, and the most common thing that they said was they want to go past the second round.
Yeah.
So I thought that was intriguing. I thought that was interesting, and we just sat down and talked and explained to them, in order to do that, you have to do this. So and I always tell them, if you want to do something you've never done before, you actually have to do something you've never done before. And they're smart kids. They're not afraid of work, so they bought in, and they just had their nose to the wall, just grinding.
A year ago, take me back to a year ago when you were right here hosting a first-round playoff game. What did that mean for the community that night when you saw everyone there supporting your kids, and describe that feeling after the win?
Well, that was a special feeling. We hadn't had a home playoff game here in quite some time, so that was one of the goals during the preseason this time last year that we set out to do. And it was just good to see the smiles on the kids' face. It was good for the administration, the student body, and everyone just enjoying that. And that's one of the most all-time victories here that I'll remember for quite some time. And it was just overall a good night. Yeah. And like the jubilation on the kid's face, that did it for me.
Going into round two, you played the eventual state champions. Mm-hmm. Your biggest takeaway from that night, and how was the lead up going into that game that week?
Well, we had saw them
scrimmage, right?
In the scrimmage, in the fall scrimmage. Mm-hmm. So, and they do a good job over there, and that's one of the reasons why we scrimmaged them. If we want to be on a level, I mean, we have to be able to compete against a program like VC, and they do a tremendous job over there. And I mean, our kids wasn't intimidated. They came out, they played hard, and for a half, I mean, man, we went toe to toe with them. We battled with them. We just didn't have enough in the second half, and they were a team on destiny. I mean, they were determined, and they did a good job, and they did the things that they were supposed to do to finish the game and win the game. And I remember talking to Jack and Evan Lemon, and after we shook hands, those two were the first ones in the end zone. And I told them once the group came over, I said, man, that team's gonna win the state championship. And that was after the second round game, and they won it, so they deserve it. Hats off to them. They do a great job over there.
Yeah. Kids going off to play other sports, Coach, after that night. How soon did you get back to work?
I got back to work that night.
Yeah. On
the way home. I'm always I got a little drive, but I'm always thinking how we can get better, how we can do things better. So I'm always contemplating and just trying to get better.
Areas that you wanted to attack this offseason. The guys preached about the transformation in the weight room. Was that one of the key things you wanted to develop wise?
Yeah, you always want to get bigger, faster, stronger in the winter. And with the guys, like, being at a 1A school, a lot of guys play different sports.
Yeah, you might not see some of them faces for a while.
Yeah, and in between time, we stress the importance of them lifting, getting their lifts in. And we always talk about the difference of working hard and competing. And we want to compete in everything that we do. And, man, they bought in for it. And I encourage them to play multi-sports. The reason being, you're playing multi-sports, you're always competing. Yeah. And you're trying to win constantly. I mean, I don't care if you're playing marbles. You're trying to win.
Absolutely.
And you're in shape, and you have discipline. And those are three ingredients that leads to winning. And so I go watch them baseball games. I go to basketball games, and they just hammer them on competing, and they do it. And even in track this year, we have some kids that went to the state championship, and we even won state in a 4x1 relay. And out the four, 3 of them are still on our team. And so, just those kids to go out there and compete. And that's what we always talk about.
What was your biggest emphasis this summer?
If you want to take that next step. Games are won in the summer, not on game night, and they came in. We had a 85 to 90% attendance rate this summer, so we got in the weight room. We ran in the sand in the back of the gym, and they just grinded it out, and they bought in. They understand. I mean, the last 2 years we've lost in the playoffs in the second round to Ouachita Christian and Vermilion Catholic, and those are programs that one day we hope to emulate and be able to compete against them, and they know what it feels like. It's not just watching film. They've actually went up against those guys, and in order for us to be a program that can compete against them, they understand the stuff that we need to do, and they don't mind doing it.
So you would say this group won the summer?
Oh yes, no doubt, without a doubt, we won the summer.
It seems like you got some depth up also.
Yeah, we've added some more kids in, so our roster is a little bigger. Not as much as I would like, but
Okay.
it's more than last year, and I mean it's part of the process, and we understand that, and the kids do, and they're trusting the process.
Biggest question mark going into this year? You have one?
Biggest question mark, our weakness last year was both lines. I think we've solidified that,
Yeah.
and overall depth. That's a big question mark, and but so far so good. And like I said, they've bought in. We don't have as many two-way kids as we had, but we still do. We're gonna put the best players on the field and win. But the biggest question mark for me is still the line. But they've come a long way.
I asked the guys earlier about a position group that needed to take the biggest leap, and I heard quite a few different groups from the guys. So where would you go?
I would say, to me, I say games are won and lost in the trenches.
Yeah.
So I would say both offensive line, defensive line, and if you don't have those two, I mean, you're gonna struggle. I think I've always thought since I've come here, we've already had enough skill to match a lot of teams, and we didn't have as much size in the line, and so those guys have taken a step forward, and I think we've solidified that a little bit, but we still got to play the game.
Do you build your scheme around your players or make them fit your system?
It's about the Jimmies and Joes. We like I said earlier, we take the best, these kids' attributes, and put them in a position to do what they do best. And we have to. That's where the development part comes in. We take them and take their attributes and we sharpen their skills, and we try to put them in the position to do what they do best.
What was the most difficult thing you had to overcome a year ago?
The most difficult thing, I think losing losing two things. Losing that first game, and we knew it would be hard to St. Martin's. We knew that game would be tough. That's why we wanted to play it. But we told our kids and our coaches that we had to come back the next week and play it. That the sun was going to come up in the morning.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard. We came in there, we wanted to compete, and I think we did. And that was a tough one. And then I would say the Catholic Point Capee game. I think we had them, and we just didn't finish. And we learned a lot from that. And third thing I would say, and probably the most, is the Sacred Heart game. We went down initial drive and we scored rather quickly, and then the bottom fell out, and we had an emotional halftime deal, and they just came out and fired on all cylinders, and the rest was academic, and so. If I had to, those three, but if I had to pinpoint one, it would be that Sacred Heart.
What do you lean on when things aren't going well, Coach?
Well, you look at I go back to my college days, what I learned, how to overcome adversity, because when things aren't going well, the kids are looking for you,
Yeah.
looking at you for answers, and you can't crack. You can't show any kinks in your armor. So you got to be strong for them. They basically is going to feed off our coaches, and I think we got some great coaches. They're going to feed off our coaches. So we try to preach where you never get too high when it's good and you never get too low when it's bad. So we try to stay even keel and just keep going, pushing forward.
Let's meet that coaching staff at this time. Introduce your 2025 coaching staff.
Well, we have Brandon Porter. We have Marcus Wilridge. We have Sam George, Jeremy Garrett, and we have Gerard Horde. And that rounds up our coaching staff. And the unique thing about our coaching staff is all those guys are great coaches. They're real knowledgeable in the game, but they're also great men, and they pour into our kids. We have great relationships off the field, and we just pour into them. And another good thing about it, we don't have any turnover. Everybody's coming back. So the coaches like being here, the kids like them, and we just like the kids were talking about, family atmosphere, and we definitely have that. And it's a good thing that we don't have to replace anyone. Everybody's coming back.
Good. Take me to the practice field, Coach. High intensity reps or longer teaching periods?
We do a little bit of both.
Okay.
We try to be smart, with the numbers. So we do a lot of mental stuff as well as technique. We want to be. I have a saying that we want to do it until we can't get it wrong. So we do a lot of reps. Just walk down and then just slow it down, have some walkthrough type stuff. But we don't really bang too much because of our numbers, and we want to stay healthy. But I think we have a balance of that, though.
Okay. You hosted another youth camp this year.
Yes.
Great turnout. Coach, talk to me about the youth camp.
Well, the youth camp is important. When I first came here, it's something I wanted to do. I wanted to get out in the community and meet people and try to raise the interest of our football program. And the last 2 years, the first camp, we had doubled in what I anticipated, but one of our coach, Mr. Horde, thought that it would be about that number, but I was kind of surprised. But the second year, I should say, we didn't have as many, but we had more quality kids that came in. And the camp is always a good time. You get to meet new people, and people can find good interest in our program in the school.
Speaking of camps, you guys attended a camp in Arkansas. Talk to me about that week.
Yeah, that's this is our second year. Last year we went to Florida State. This year we went to the University of Arkansas. That's our bonding time. We took about a dozen kids. We drove up to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I have a friend of mine that coaches there, and took part in that camp. It was a great trip. Camaraderie, stopping in stores, restaurants, and all that, spending the night in hotels and things like that. And although football brought us there, but it was definitely a good bonding moment for our kids, and it's something that they look forward to, and they still talk about it. And like I said, we did it last year also. I have another buddy of mine that coaches at Florida State, so we went there as well, and just want to show our kids, although we all love the purple and gold, we love the Tigers, but there are other programs out there, elite programs out there as well, and we wanted to just do that.
Let's go to the spring game.
Yeah.
St. Thomas Aquinas, Central Private.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn about your team that day?
I think we played well. We saw. I like doing spring, even at the 1A level, because kids get a chance to grow, and we have something on film. So we had a chance to go out there, compete, look at the sneak peek of what was to come. Kids played hard. We were fundamentally sound, although we had a lot of kids back. And I particularly liked the multi-team scrimmage because, like, with our numbers, we're not constantly banging. So we'll play a little bit on offense, and then the defense will come in, and then we'll watch. And so I think those are good things for us to do. And the spring gave some kids chances to grow. We knew what some kids could do, so they didn't get as much reps as normal. But a lot of kids that hadn't played in the past had the opportunity to take a step forward, and they did. We also had some kids that hadn't played, and they decided they wanted to come out, and they took some steps as well. And so when they came back during the fall, they were a little more prepared and familiar with everything.
Okay, let's fast forward then.
Yeah.
We got a scrimmage coming up in a couple weeks.
Yes,
Coach,
sir.
talk to me about that day, location-wise, because here it's going to be quite a few teams that's in it.
Our scrimmage fall game is going to be on April 21st. Like I said, I like to do multi teams because of the numbers, and we'll do a 4-way scrimmage. I've done 3. I've never done a 4-way scrimmage, but I figure if you can do it in 7-on-7, you can do it with the pads on too. So originally it was a three team. It was us, Washington Marion, and Centerville. But I saw that North Iberville was looking for an opportunity. So I reached out to their coach, and they graciously accepted the invite. And I knew they were a good team.
Yeah. So
we're always looking for competition, the barometer to see where we stand. And they're coming in, and we've got it all set up. And April,
right here?
Yes, sir. It's going to be here at Westminster, 6 o'clock, April 21st.
First game's going to, I say first game, but it all kicks off at 6?
6 o'clock. We'll do, it's a little different than the normal scrimmage. We'll do a special team component. It'll be dead, and then we'll do 2 rows of play count drives, and then we'll do live quarters.
Okay.
And that'll give us an opportunity to compete against, and we'll see 3 different styles offense, and I think that's unique, and it'll be a good opportunity for our kids.
I say fast forward. Now we go to Jamboree week the following week, and you guys are going to be playing home quite a few times early in the season, Coach.
Right. Well, just last week it was the opposite, but this week, the Jamboree week, we'll play Ascension Episcopal that next week on August 28th, and we played them in the Jamboree last year. They got a solid program. They have an excellent program, and we battled with them last season, so it'll be great to go up against them. Also in our Jamboree, the first game will be our Lafayette campus. They'll go up against Hamilton Christian, and when you're looking at all four teams in the Jamboree, all 4 teams competed in the playoffs last year. So
Lafayette's going against who, Coach?
Hamilton Christian.
Wow,
Yeah.
What a Jamboree.
Yeah. So we're happy. We're excited about it. It's going to be some good ball that night, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay. Your thoughts on your schedule? Just home and away flips, but some quality competition that will lead you into a really good district.
Yeah. The first week we play Pine Prairie. They come here this year. I'm sure those guys are working hard, and when week 1 comes, they'll be prepared to play. Week 2, we'll be at home again against St. Martin's. We think that they're a favorable opponent. They're going to come in tough. They won't have the number 1 running back in the nation, but they'll still be a tough opponent. Yeah. And then week 3, which would be our first road game, we'll play our Lafayette campus. Last year was the Westminster Bowl's inaugural game, and we were fortunate to win that one. And we'll go see them this year, and I'm sure they'll Coach Gable will have those kids ready to play, and they'll be fired up to play. And after that, week 4, we start district. We go to New Rose. We play against Catholic Point Capee, and then from that point on, it's district time.
Week 4, and then after that, it's like no weeks off. Right.
And that's the thing about this district. I'm from New Orleans, so this district reminds me of the Catholic League.
Seen some great battles in New Orleans.
Right, and week in and week out, it's a tough game. Tough, everybody's well coached and they play hard, and so and it prepares you for the playoffs. So we welcome that, and I root for them when they're not playing us, and
it's a great league. You feel like Division 4 is wide open again?
Yeah, outside of Division One Select, which is probably one of the best in the nation, I think Division Four Select is got to be second or something. I mean, I think it's wide open, but it's also like about a dozen or so teams, maybe 15 teams that one of those teams is going to win it all. I mean, you got your VCs and you Ouachita Christian. Those guys are always going to be there. But then you got your Kentwood and Southern Labs and
not your traditional 11 and 12 seeds.
Right. And, Riverside and Covenant Christian is going to be good again. And St. Frederick. I mean, and even Ascension Episcopal. So it goes on and on. And then our district, we're going to send at least at minimum 5 teams. So, it's wide open and it's competitive. But playing in our district gets us ready for that.
Absolutely. Your ideal tempo of a game?
Well, it's all about matchups.
Yeah.
So if we feel like our line is dominating, if our O line is dominating the defensive line, well, of course we want to run the ball. If they got a player that's on the D line and it's hard for us to block them, then we got to find other ways to be successful. So it's all about matchups. But ideally, you want a balanced flow, run and pass. But that's what you want ideally. But you have to be able to adapt on the run. So.
Let's talk about some of the guys on this football team. We start with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the guy in this offense for the last 3 years. Now he goes into year 4.
Right.
Stephen George, what a career, and he's in for another big season, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Everything we do from an offensive perspective hinges a lot on Steve-O. He's a great leader, a great competitor. So a lot of our success on offense depends on him. The ball, he's going to touch the ball every play. I like to say he's a triple threat guy. He'll hurt you with his arm, legs, and then this is his 3rd year in the offense. So he's so cerebral and he knows everything that we need to know. He knows where to get the ball. So he has a high IQ, and it's like having a coach on the field. So he has a real a high football IQ, and no, I wouldn't trade him for the world.
The running back position, you did graduate a really good one a year ago, and you come into this year, you got another really good one, mm-hmm. and the guys talked about the depth at that position mm-hmm. this year. Talk to me about that group.
Well, Kyle Howard, he ran a little bit last year, but we had some good backs, mm-hmm. and it wasn't a real need for Kyle to be back there running, although he did run enough and he scored like in the red zone like 9 times. But this year he'll be like the X factor. He'll have an opportunity to run it a little more than he have in the past. And I told him, and I heard him talk about his stamina and everything like that. But he's going to have to play like some. In no way am I comparing him to Travis Hunter, but he's going to have to play some Travis Hunter-like snaps.
Yeah.
And so
I got you.
He's going to be valuable on both ends of the field. But when he comes out of the game, we have some other kids that are capable to come in, and they all possess a different skill set. Jack Hunter be one, Caden Brown, Jeremiah Harris. Jeremiah was part of the 4x1 state championship relay team, and he's also 44, 45 in the triple jump, and so he's real athletic. And like I said, just us putting kids in a position where they can be successful. All those kids have different attributes, so we're going to use all of them.
We'll go to the receiver room. Mm-hmm. Loaded with experience is what I would say about this group. Would you say something differently?
No, I would agree. Starts with we got 2 receivers, Damian Thomas. He's a solid kid. He was a little hobbled last year with an ankle. Sophomore year, his first team all district. So I know he's chomping at the bit to come in. He's healthy now, so I know he's chomping at the bit to get back. So Damon is going to be a good guy. We also have Gavin Frith, who, in my opinion, is probably the most underrated kid in our district. He plays free safety, receiver, runs good routes. He catches pretty much everything that comes to him. Evan Lemon, look at him. He's like an Army Swiss knife. You can put him anywhere, and he's going to be successful with the ball. Branson Ray, and we also at tight end we have Omar Guillory, and Omar's a big 6'3" guy. He'll pose a threat in the red zone, or where you get him in that red zone mismatch on the smaller guy. Omar's a high jumper, a basketball player, so he can jump, got good leaping ability. So during the red zone, he should be a real threat in that area.
To the offensive line, Coach, what really stood out to me whenever I looked up the size that will be across the board, but your takeaways from that group, what should we know going into the season? I think the guy said that you only graduated one, and then you plugged them in with somebody that was hurt for the whole season.
Well, the line starts with Cooper Campo. He's our center, so he's going to touch the ball every play. He's been starting since he was a sophomore. He started last year, so he'll be back. We have Matthew Lalonde at tackle. He's not really an offensive tackle, but he plays out of a need for the team, so he sacrificed for that. But the intriguing thing about Matthew is he really transitioned his body. I mean, he put on, I'd say, like 20 pounds of muscle, and he really transitioned his body. He looks great. He's confident. He's working hard, and so he'll be back. And then and Matt stands about 6'3", and then we have Connor Payne that was up here. He missed last year with a knee injury, but he was a leader last year, getting guys water, telling guys what he saw on the field, just being in their ear. And he's really excited about coming back, and he has a lot of enthusiasm, and I like seeing him back, because I felt that he needed that, and then it just makes me happy to see him out there running around on the field. He never has a bad day. He's enjoying himself out there, and he's just a joy to be around. The other two guys are two new guys. One guy's a baseball kid. It's Jaden Johnson. He decided he wanted to come out. That's why we did the spring. Yeah. So he came out. Good. He liked it, and he decided he wants to stay. And he didn't do anything surprising to me. I think he surprised himself, but he's a big size kid. He's about 250, and he didn't do anything that was surprising for me. He did exactly what I thought he'd do. And then we have a freshman kid coming in, Marquise Butler, and Marquise stands about 6'3", about 260, 255, wow. And he's just a baby, but he's going to transition into something real special, and he's doing very well right now. And he's one of those kids that went with us to Arkansas as well, and he did real well. And then a lot of the linemen, both offense and defense, they also went to the Nichols, the O-line camp at Nichols, the O-line, D-line camp, as a lot of kids did. But we also had some go there, so they really took a step up, elevated.
Let's go to the other side of the football. Let's talk defense. How's those conversations been like in the locker room with your defensive staff and for this year's group?
Well, again, we want to take our kids' best attributes and get them to do what they do best, even on defense. We got a lot of athletic kids that can run and tackle. And from a defensive standpoint, we got our top 3 tacklers back. Yeah. We got Kyle Hord, who was first-team All-District, All-Parish, honorable mention All-State, led our team in tackles. Evan Lemon, who was a first-team All-District DB, and then we have Jack Hunt, who was a second-team All-District kid, and all 3 of those kids come back, and they've been playing for, this is going to be my third year, so it's their third year playing, and Kyle and Jack played when they were freshmen, and so having those 3 back, is real comfortable because they know the defense. So it now allows us to take another step forward, and they're our backbone, and they're real strong to for them to lead our defense. Really excited about them three. Then, all right, go ahead.
You got something else?
No, I was going to go to the D line, but
Go ahead.
Well, then the D line, all four of those kids have played. In the defensive, the interior is we have Teneric Hayes, who's a big kid, big space eater. It's hard to move him. Then we match him up with a kid not as big as him, but he's big as well, Alex Thomas. But he has a motor. And then you couple on the outside with Omar Guillory, who stands about 6'3", and then Matt Lalonde, who's also a 6'3" kid. Those are our ends. So, and both of those kids are long. They can bend. They got good wingspan. So they're real athletic kids. Like I said, Omar plays basketball and high jump. Matt's a tennis player, and so they're both are great athletes. And I think this is the year that they're gonna come out of the shell and do some good things. And then you look in the secondary. Damian Thomas is coming back. He's been starting for us 3 years in the secondary. Like I said, last year he hobbled on the ankle, and he's 100% healthy, and he wants to get back to his old form. So he'll be back. We have a new kid at corner. Is Austin Dunbar, and he's a small kid. Well, not small. He's about 5'8", but quick, good feet, aggressive, not afraid to get in and mix it up. And then free safety, Gavin Frith. Like I said, I think Gavin's probably the most underrated kid in the district. He's a baseball player, so he's at home, real comfortable at free safety. And then Branson Ray, who's been around for 3 years as well. When he was a freshman, he'll be going into his junior year, and he had a good summer playing receiver and DB. So they're all ready to evolve.
You got a weapon in the special teams department.
Right.
Let's talk about him. And often you don't see programs with big time weapons that could impact a game, but you got one here.
Right. I think Mac's going to handle all our kicking chores. He'll be the kicker and the punter, and I know he's probably one of the best. He's the best kicker in the parish, in the district, and he may be one of the best in the state. And he just works hard. A lot of times, me, Coach Horde or something, we'll be on the practice field. He likes to go on the game field and kick, and we'll have to tell him to stop because he's constantly kicking. He works hard. He does cross country as well, and he's gotten stronger over the summer. So his kickoffs are better, his punts better. We were doing punt team today. He had some good hang time, good depth on his punt, kickoffs and everything. He's got good range in his field goals. So he's going to be a real weapon for us in that term. But not only special teams, from a special team standpoint, you look at not only Mac, but you look at like he alluded to earlier, we got long snapper back and Jack Hunt and Gavin Frith with the holder. So that operation is going to be really solid going into the season.
I'm sure you got some specialists in the return department.
Yeah, let's say there's not many things Evan Lemon can't do, and he's gonna be our returner. Gavin Frith will be a returner. So will Damian Thomas. Those will be our three. Then we have some younger guys that'll come in and spill them at times, but those are our main three guys in the return department.
Coach, you had the inaugural game with Westminster of Lafayette a year ago.
Yeah.
What did that mean to the schools and the community, and could we see this an every year thing?
I think so. I think so. It meant we that's our sister school. A lot of times, actually, we were over there today. we had a in service over there, so we do a lot of things jointly, and I mean just going against them, that was it was good to be a part of that. That was the inaugural game, and it was just good to be a part of. It was great that we won, but it was good to be a part of. And like I said, we play them again at their place. I think they're going to play their games at LRCA. So I think they're going to be fired up and ready. And me and Coach Gable, we always talk a lot during the season, except the week we play. But I'm always rooting for them and want them to do good. Like I said, unless they're playing the Crusaders. But he runs a good program. He's come from Acadiana, so he understands and knows what it takes to win. And we know when we play them, when that time comes, they're going to give us all we can handle. And we look for a good game with them.
Could see this for many years.
That's the plan.
This game.
That's
Okay.
the plan.
Coach, what's one area of execution that this team has to improve to flip those close games?
Just being able to finish, mental toughness. I think not that we're mentally weak, but I don't think you're ever strong enough mentally. So you always can be stronger. You always can be bigger, faster, and stronger. And I attribute that also to mental toughness. I think you can never be mentally tough. You always want to get tougher than what you are. So that's one thing I like to see us do. And we have a saying around here about don't eat the rat poison. We've had some success, but it's not where we want to be, but we got to take that and enjoy it. 24-hour rule, and when the sun comes back up the next day, be ready for the next opponent and get ready to go.
Talk to me about body language and why is that so important?
Well, body language, you look at it, and if somebody got the head down and just dragging, the other team sees that too, and you want to attack that. I know that's something we look at. Our coaches in the press box. If a guy does something and he's dragging, I mean, we're gonna go out and attack him like it's like someone sharking at bloody water. So you always want to have good body language. We watch film. We don't want to give any tells. We want to line up and play the same way every time. So we want to have good body language. That's one of the main things. Just overcoming that adversity.
Coach, how do you keep faith at the center when wins and losses can become the main focus?
Well, I like to say we're here at school on a daily basis, and we have chapel on Wednesdays, and so we keep, like I know you asked the kid earlier about faith, family, and football, but we keep Christ at the head of everything what we do. We try to be family oriented. A lot of things that we do. We say prayer before every game. We're thankful, humble, and everything like that. And coaches try to amplify that, showing it, be an example of that, and the players picks it up. So we know that if we not raising our kids to be good fathers and husbands, and it doesn't matter how many games you win, you're going to lose. And so that's the most important thing in our book, just showing them the right way, and that's through Christ. And they've picked it up, and so it's great to see.
Who helped shape your own leadership along the way that now you can go and be a great leader and great man to these young men in this program?
There's a lot of people. One, it would be my position coach in college, Elvin Reynolds. He was a couple of years ago, before I came here, he was the head coach at Bentley University. It's a D2 college in the Boston area, and he had enough faith in me to hire me as a defensive coordinator. So I coached there, and right before I came here, and I was defensive coordinator there. We had the probably number one. Led the nation for Division II in scoring defense, and he came down, and my first year here during the summer, and worked with the kids. I mean, you talking about a guy that he coached after I left college. He went and coached in the NFL for 20-some years. And, I mean, he was mentioned in two guys' Hall of Fame inauguration speech with Steve Atwater and Ray Lewis, both sent thanks to him. So he's a big influential person in my life, and we talk on a regular. And he came down for me, away from Boston, to share with these kids and pour into them. And I don't think they ever was coached by an NFL coach, but they said it was kind of hard on them, but that's what it is. But I think he'd probably be the main one.
Okay. Going into year 3 here, do you believe your players understand the why behind the X's and O's now?
Oh yeah. Reason being, we tell them something, and it actually happens, and so it's easier for them to buy in to what we tell them because of the trust is there. And I think that's a big thing now, the trust, and we always talk about the process, and that's part of it. And they trust us, and they know, they believe in us to put them in situations where they're going to be successful. So, the trust is huge.
What are your core principles on offense and defense?
Core principles from an offensive standpoint, you want to be fundamentally sound up front. You want to protect 5 after 8. You want to protect. You want to carry out our assignments and execute to the fullest. From a defensive standpoint, and I'm a defensive guy, once you break the huddle, we have a checklist we go by. You want to recognize the formation, understand your assignment. You want to align properly, and then execute in that order. And just do it over and over. And those are our blueprints on both sides.
Coach, what does a prepared team look like beyond just knowing what the plays are on a Friday night?
Being mentally tough, fundamentally, technically sound in all 3 phases. Like Matt alluded to earlier, football is based on 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. And in order to win a game, you have to win 2 of those 3 phases. And like I say, in high school, you're going to have good teams offensively and defense, but not everybody has solid special teams. So I think that's one up for us. But and they understand that, and so we want to execute, not have, and that's going to happen. Penalties part of the game, but not having dumb penalties where we shoot ourselves in the foot and stall a drive or have turnovers or blown coverages. We want to communicate and be disciplined and just don't give the offense anything. Just make them earn every bit that they get. And then from an offensive standpoint, like I said before, we want to spread those guys out. We want to make them defend every blade of grass out there, and we want to put our athletes out there and let them do what their attributes, their best attributes. Let them do the things that they do best.
What do you look for from your leaders in those final minutes?
To be poised. Everyone, it's easy to be a leader when things are going good, but we always talk about being a man and how do you overcome adversity. So what comes out in the adverse situation, that's the real you. And our kids respond admirably, and a lot of times, sometimes now it's our 3rd year here, so we don't have to say much. They already know, and it's a good thing.
Peaking too early.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about how do you make sure you're playing your best football late?
Well, first you have to be healthy.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally tough again. And with us, it's in our coaching staff, it's even kill. We're not gonna let them get too high when it's good, and we're not gonna let them get too low when it's bad. So we're gonna stay even kill. We're not gonna worry about what happened last week or the last play. It's always the next play type mentality. And we want to compete at the fullest. We want to be hitting on all cylinders and play each play like it's the last play.
Describe an unsung hero and who could take on that role this year.
From on offense, defense, or the whole team?
Whole team.
Unsung hero, I say, probably would be Omar Guillory. Reason being, his size. He's 6'3", 6'4". He's a high jumper, plays basketball. So I think everyone knows about our receivers and running back, with Kyle being running back and other kids and Steve-O. But I think once we get in the red zone, I think he's going to really be a weapon with his size and a leaping ability.
What's the most important thing a team has to do in those first couple minutes of a game?
Just get your feet under you. Make sure the lights aren't too bright. And I keep saying the same thing. Just not let the moment get the best of you. Just be there, even kill, and compete. You know.
Your approach at halftime, is it more technical changes, emotional reset? You said the Sacred Heart game was a heart-to-heart. So talk to me about your approach.
It's when we break for halftime, the coaches will come together,
okay,
and we'll discuss some things. We got a guy that's really good in the press box. He's our eyes. He'll make notes, and we'll go over that, make any adjustments that need to be made, and we'll bring it to our kids and go from there. Now, in the event of the Sacred Heart game, we just felt like we wasn't doing what we needed to do. We wasn't playing the way we were capable, and we just had a heart-to-heart, and they understood it, and they heard it, and they believed it, and they came out, and it was a totally different team.
Yeah.
And had we done that from the onset, it wouldn't have been the 31-24 game. But but they're a good program as well.
Yeah.
They did good. So hats off to them. But and I always tell our kids, it's not about them, it's about us.
Yeah.
And we wasn't performing at our best.
How do you avoid over-adjusting and just stick to your identity?
Again, we're going to take our kids and we're going to put them in a situation where they're good at. We're not going to ask kid to do something that he's not comfortable or not haven't done before. Whatever they do, they've done it countless number of times. So we try not to do that, although it may occur, but we try not to do that. We try to put them in comfortable situations, and we're not going to ask them to do something that they're not capable of or haven't done in the past.
Going into your third year, how much freedom does your players have to make adjustments on the field?
They come to us like look at Steve-O. He has a little autonomy. Like I said, he's been in the offense for quite some time. He'll come and explain what he sees, what he thinks, offer his opinion, and we tell our kids, don't be scared to make a play, and they'll do that. From a defensive standpoint, Kyle, kids like Kyle, Jack, and Evan, they'll say, Coach, let's try this. I was like, okay, go and do it. And most of the times they're right, because if they feel they can make that play, well, I want you to go ahead and make that play.
Yeah. How do you emphasize finishing blocks and playing through the whistle?
Exactly that. Fundamentally, from an offensive line standpoint, just lock onto your man fundamentally and play to the whistle blow. Try to be physical, and just go out there and compete. And once the whistle blows, go to the huddle, find out the assignment, line up, and do it again, and keep doing it until the game is done.
How often do you use motion, and what does it help you diagnose?
Motion usually depicts whether or not the defense is in man coverage.
Okay.
But you can use motion for a number of things. A lot of times, eye candy, or you may motion a kid across to get him in a certain situation, and that goes back to putting kids in a position where they can be successful. And so we're all about that, and motion is very big. It's part of the game. We'll do it on offense, and then the unique thing about being in 1A and having two-way players, a lot of times on defense, those kids have the answers to the test, to the question. And so if they do motion and then on defense, they know how to react to it. And so that's kind of unique, and I think that's kind of a neat thing to do. But that's how we use it.
Okay. What's the key to winning third down? What's the key to getting off the field on third down?
The key to winning third down is to keep it third and manageable,
Okay.
and execute. You know, get the ball where it needs to go, understanding what we need to do, and converting that third down. From a defensive perspective, again, understanding their formation, knowing down and distance, whatever matchups they have, understanding that who their guy is or what they like to do in certain formations, where they like to go with the ball and stuff, and having that guy step up and just playing that down to get off the field.
What small details in preparation matter the most for a Friday night?
Just being comfortable, not complacent, but being comfortable, understanding the task at hand, what it all entails. We tell our guys all the time we want them to be comfortable being uncomfortable, being in certain situations, and that's what the good teams do. They're able to function in uncomfortable situations, and that's how we want to do.
Coach, how rewarding is it when it clicks for a player on a Friday night?
It's very rewarding to see them have success during the game, just to look at the joy and jubilation on their face, and then it's having success is it's contagious. So you want to keep experiencing that, and it's a great feeling. And so we talk about it all the time, the difference between working hard and competing.
Your favorite part of a Friday night, before, during, or after?
I mean, I like the whole process, all three, but I would say after a win, that's what it's all about.
Those Saturdays are a lot.
Saturday mornings, film session, and eating donuts and drinking.
That's it.
Orange juice. That's all the better.
Any upgrades to talk about? Fundraisers that are wrapped up or still going on? And do y'all have a booster club here that you would like to mention?
Yes, we have the Crusader Club here at Westminster. It's a great organization. They're real supportive with all the athletic needs. They have a really good bookstore where they sell merchandise and things of that sort. A fundraiser we have is with Red Zone. We just started off yesterday, and we have an event coming up, a fellowship event, family fellowship event for football. We'll have some guest speakers coming on August 16th, and that's when we'll launch our fundraiser. And that's an important thing for us. It helps us, get the stuff that we need and things that we need to be successful. So that's huge for us.
Okay. What's the most powerful faith moment you've experienced as a coach?
Probably the halftime of that Sacred Heart game. Like I said, we had a heart-to-heart, and it was quiet, but you could feel it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of expected them to go out the second half and do what they did. I just wish they would have done it kickoff, but sometimes that's the way it goes. But just the way they finished that game, and I think from that point on, because we had just lost to Catholic Point Capee, and that second half of that game, I think that was the pivot for the season. That was a pivotal point, and it set us up to go on a couple of a win streak there. and propel us into the playoffs and things like that. Although we slipped up against a good St. Ed's team, but I think that second half of that Sacred Heart was that game was a pivotal point for us. That was our pivot.
What lessons you hope your players carry with them long after the pads come off?
Just develop into the men that they see every day. I think our coaching staff is a great bunch of guys, great men, family men, God-fearing men. Just to see that, and they have, you know, they all have great families, and they mimic a lot of stuff they see with us because they're looking, you know, they see what we do, and it's rewarding to like I've played, we all played, and you still take the virtues and the core values and things that you've developed when you playing, and you know, I try to instill that to our kids, and you know, they understand it.
The growth of Crusader Athletics, you got some great coaches on campus.
Mm-hmm. Well, you look at the from the boys' standpoint, basketball. We have a new basketball coach and a new baseball coach, but the basketball team has had some great experience as well. So it's always good to watch them play. Baseball is up and coming, so they're going to be good. But then the boys' track team was great. It was great to see our 4x1 win the state championship. Like I said, 3 of those 4 kids are playing football with us, and you know, to see our kids compete at the state tournament, and now they understand what it is and what it feels like in you know, playing the VCs and Ouachita Christian. They understand what it takes to be that type of caliber program. And then you look at the female side of Crusader Athletics. I mean, it starts with our volleyball team. You know, they have a great program. They work hard. Their season is concurrent with ours, so we cheer for each other. We cheer each other on, and then you move into the girls' basketball program. I mean, they go to the playoffs. They do a lot of stuff. Soccer on both sides as well. So I think the WCA sports program, I think, is in a good position, and a lot of good things are happening. There's a lot of good things still to come.
Good. What's the most rewarding part of coaching high school football?
Graduation Saturday. Seeing those kids walk across the stage, that's rewarding. That lets you know that what you did actually worked and it helped, and just being a part of their lives. You know, we come together for football, but after that, it's so much more. You know, getting text messages from kids on Christmas thanking you for just being there, believing in them, and you know, all those types of things. You know, that you don't think they get it when you're talking to them, but you know, they hear you and they appreciate it. So that's probably the most rewarding thing on my end.
Is there a moment in your career where you can recall why you do this?
Oh, easy, yeah. Like I said, just the relationships. It's you're developing lifelong relationships. You're creating lifelong memories. I mean, like I said before, we went to we took about 15 kids to Tallahassee, Florida last summer, and this past summer we took about a dozen or so to Fayetteville, Arkansas. So we're creating lifelong memories, and you know, just being a part of that's great. It's a great feeling.
What are you most excited for here going into the season, and what are you most proud of from this year's group?
Well, I'm excited to see I'm excited to see their excitement.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they want to play, and they're excited about it, and they have high expectations for themselves, and you know, so that's great to see. And what was your other question?
And what are you most proud of from this year's group?
Well, that remains to be seen.
Okay.
A lot depends on the outcome. I'm proud of the work ethic that they've placed, but you know, if we can hoist up a state championship trophy in the dome, that'll be a very proud moment, because I know that's what everybody wants. But you know, so that's to be announced. But I'm excited for them to be able to go into the season. This is a great time of year. Everybody has that goal to win, and you know, we certainly do. And you know, they're ready to play.
What is your message to the alumni, to the community, as we get ready for another football season?
Well, I mean, last year we had some good crowds. You know, I just want to encourage everyone to come out and support our young men. They've been working hard. I think we don't have it to exactly where we want it, but I think the culture is changing, it's shifting. A lot of people can feel it, see it. Expectations are high, but at the same time, we want to be even keel. We want to be overconfident, but we want to be, you know, proud of the work that we put in. And so I just encourage everybody to come out and watch us. 8:25.
Last question.
Watch us come out and you know, just compete, support us.
Close us out today with the quote of the day, Coach.
My favorite quote is, you know, from Ralph Waldo Emerson. It says, "If you treat a man as he is, he will remain as he is. But if you treat a man as he should be, he will become everything that he could be." And that's kind of a nutshell how we run our program here. We've always raised the bar with expectations.
Coach, final words before we get on out of here. The floor is yours.
Well, I want to thank you for what you do. You know, the community buzzes around this time of the year with the Under the Lights shows and all your shows during the week. I don't watch too many of them that much because we're doing our thing. But, you know, I commend you on what you're doing. I appreciate it. And, you know, from a football standpoint, you know, I'm excited to see where our young men are going to go. I think this could be a good year, but I know a lot of other teams feel the same way. But we're ready to go out there and compete and get part 3 going this year.
Won't be long.
Yep, won't be long at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, first glimpse of Crusader football, year 3 at the helm. You can catch these guys August 21st, Thursday, right here at Sater Field,
Right.
against Washington Marion, Central Private, North Iberville, and a 4-team scrimmage. A lot of great action. Come out, support these guys. They've worked hard. They deserve it. Come fill these bleachers and get your first glimpse. And then Jamboree Week follows. Another host right here at Sater Field. 2 great matchups that night. And then week 1 already, Coach.
Yep.
Good luck. Thank you for the
Appreciate it.
opportunity.
Thank you, Joey.
We'll be talking in the fall.
Thank you.